Hello again, everybody. It's Captain Firefox, and we are back on the server. Now, if you'll remember at the end of the last episode, I got my ass kicked by a couple of extremely rude pirates. NPCs, pirates, whatever you want to call them. But that let me live to fight another day. And I respawn here at this overly amazing base that Spectre and Ern have put together for us. Now, I haven't really seen this base yet, so I'm going to see if I can't get Ern to kind of give me a tour. So let me talk to him real quick, see if I can't get him up to speed on what's going on. It's an impressive landing bay.
Yeah, I got bored.
Yeah.
This is one of the fighters Spectre linked us. He printed it out, and it's kind of been sitting here ever since. So feel free to take that and do whatever you want with it.
Nice.
So got a little spare miner here. Our automatic one's outside. I'll show you that. But this is the one I built just so we'd have something we could just jump in.
Did your ship make it over here yet?
Nope, I'm working on that in my episode.
Isn't this like the same thing you built in that? Oh, this has ions though instead of hydrogens.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, it's very similar to the other one.
Nice.
Spectre's welding ship.
Nice.
And over here we have our welding grinding pit.
Oh wow. Do you have projectors over here, or is this just to repair stuff, or what?
That's what the worker bee is for. He's got all you gotta do is just turn him on, and he's got a projector on the front, and you just build off the arm.
Nice. Are these the modded ones that have the extended range?
No, not at the moment, because Spectre couldn't see them, so he didn't know if they were there or not.
Nice.
Everything is piped up, so I threw a cargo container over here. So obviously you saw the med room. Spectre put that all together for us.
Yeah, I like the different colors for our suits.
Yep, that way we don't get confused. Out here I got 2 containers piped on the front, one with just components on hand, and the other one with tools and bottles. So that way you can get like the elite tools without having to go search for them.
Nice. Is this all run by scripts?
Yeah, the Tim script is what puts everything in the containers for me too.
Nice.
And I have one other script running, which is the door script, just so it closes the doors for us.
Because I was raised in a barn.
No, because I'm tired of people like randomly like doing stuff and going wherever they want, and so I'm making sure doors are closed.
Nice. Well, this is a neat little flag.
Yeah, I found that online, so I was like, yeah, that works for me. And
someone just spawned in. Yeah. Nice. What are these lights for?
Oh, we'll get to that right now. Okay, we have 2 buttons, and I programmed them into a bunch of different panels.
Warning, enemy detected. Warning, enemy detected.
And it closes the landing door for us too.
Oh, no shit.
It makes sure all the doors are closed. It closes the landing bay, and puts us in combat conditions.
Objective complete.
Then I have the all clear, which reopens the door for us.
Oh shit, that's pretty cool. Huh. Well, already this is better than anything I've ever done. What else you got?
This door doesn't go anywhere yet, but I put it there because something may end up back there at some point.
Right.
So as you can see, I got turrets in here. I got everything on LCDs. I also have our current ammo capacity stored in the base.
Holy Jesus.
I've been keeping a stockpile on hand in the base, just in case someone builds something. We'll have ammunition on hand to load the ship with, without having to wait like an hour for stuff to get made.
Damn, son.
So every once in a while, I'll just like queue up a couple of the assemblers just to like make a couple hundred of something different, and that's currently what we're up to. As you can see, we have plenty of components.
Yeah, just a few.
And those are all built, ready to go, and they're in the system. So, I mean, we have 62,000 plates ready to go. So you can build just about anything you want.
Probably need 100,000 or so to make my ship. It's all heavy armor.
Well, that's fine.
But I like
The
painting, apparently.
The system will make more as we use them, so
Nice.
it'll constantly replenish itself.
And Tim's does all that?
Yeah.
Damn, I gotta start using that thing.
Yeah, if you access like the cargo container, and you go to the production tab, you'll see the assembler on the drop down. That's the first one you access. That's just in case you want something now, like you're making a welder or you just want some extra ammo or something. The other three are set to automatic.
Nice.
Both the refineries are also set to automatic too, so any ore we drop off, it'll just load balance them and continually fill whatever the least amount is.
Good grief.
But yeah, this is CIC. This is a little observation deck.
What happened out here? Was that? That's my ship, isn't it?
I found something floating in the void, and I towed it back.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. Did you get all the resources that were out of it, or did they all get blown up?
No, that's I just towed it back. Whatever's there is there.
That's hilarious.
And I parked it there for you, just so you'd have a present when you finally got going again.
Appreciate that. That actually makes me really happy.
Remind you of your humble beginnings.
Oh, the poor thing.
Then we'll head over here. And this is the forward observation above the hangar.
Nice. Now, do these close whenever it goes into red alert?
It will. I gotta finish getting things added to timers yet.
Nice.
I have like 12 things going on at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got glass here too, so and a walkway going through, so you can actually look down from up here. I got a couple control seats, and you can see I started putting buttons in. Haven't made it to finishing them yet.
Slacker.
Yeah. I've done nothing at all.
Dude, this place is amazing.
Spectre helped. No, Spectre did a lot of stuff. He cleared out a lot of ore in here because there's like a center pillar of iron.
Jeez, this place just keeps going.
Yep, and this is a catwalk I put in for us, so we could head over here. There's Spectre's fighter. Little welder grinder ship is down below us, just kind of floating. And then my bomber's down there. We'll take a look at it in a second. And this is the docking arm. This is Cindy. It was the first pirate ship I captured, and I've slowly retrofit it to function. It's got a jump drive, and it's got enough power on it to actually like charge the jump drive, barely.
Shut up. I wouldn't know anything about that.
But yeah, this is all like patchwork together. I wasn't going for symmetry. I was going for. I had 3/4 of a ship. Let me throw what I need on there for it to function.
Right. That's cool.
Then we have Spectre's Blade Corvette. This is a Corvette class version of his fighter over there, and this thing is burly. He's got some repairs he needs to do to it still.
Did you take it out?
Oh yeah, and he got into some trouble with it, and boy did they pay for it. This thing just like walloped on all kinds of NPCs. So, and it survived the encounter really, really good.
I like how he did this right here with these the side turrets.
Oh, I know, right?
That's pretty cool.
And then we have Melody here, which is my frigate. This is one of my designs from like 3 years ago. This is like really, really old. But I felt like bringing it back just to see what I could do with it. So all I ended up doing to this ship was literally just putting the new weapons on it. And that was about it. Because I originally built it heavy armor. So, and this is what I've been capturing ships with. And as you can see, we'll take a walk over here to the scrapyard. And this is my scrapyard. This is where I'm starting to retrofit what I bring back into something else. Like this. This is a combination of a rear end of a gunship and the rear end of a military mine layer.
Nice.
And I thought the military mine layer part would make a cool center section for like a landing bay.
Yeah.
So I'm attaching the rear thruster section of one to this to the other, and then I'll probably throw something on the front of it when I find something interesting.
Use the back end of this red ship as the front of that.
And I could. But yeah, this is the beginning of my Franken ship.
That's nice. That's pretty cool, man. So you've been busy, is what you're saying?
Here and there.
This is the auto miner.
Yep, that's Spectre's auto miner. He hasn't been doing too much lately because, as you saw in the LCDs, we have tons of everything.
Right.
We have enough for 3 of us to build, and then we just stopped sending it to go mine.
Yeah.
And out here, you'll probably notice that there's a bunch of these floating around all over the place. This is my defensive perimeter.
Oh, these little guys are nasty.
Oh, I know.
This thing's pack a punch. Nice.
So, I got my decoy up front. I got the long-range cannons here, bracketed in front of starfighter and close-range capital ship combat.
I feel safe. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and if you take a good look around, you'll see that I have them all over the place set up. So someone already wandered by once, and stuff started shooting at them, and they ran away. I forget who was telling me that. They were like, yeah, I got a little too close, and left.
Nice.
Oh, I got to show you one of the best parts. Over here at the top of the base, this is Christopher Watkin. The reason it's Christopher Watkin is because this is the biggest cowbell I could get in the game in terms of weaponry.
Good grief.
So this is the largest cannon we have access to.
Is that piped up to the main base?
Everything's piped to the main base. And then I got Aidens surrounding it for any missiles or characters or anything getting too close. They'll just get annihilated by a million bullets.
Yeah.
And over here on the front of the base, this is Kevin Bacon.
Nice.
Because you'll always find a 300 mil triple cannon pointing at you at some point. You can't avoid it. Just like Kevin Bacon.
Then there's this.
Yes. Then one of the last things is my fighter bomber. This I actually built freehand on the server. After a whole bunch of those Link Spectres showed us, I got bored like last weekend, so I just started placing blocks, and this is what I came up with.
Oh, nice. The little LCD panels with your name on it. That's pretty cool. I like that.
I figure, it made sense.
Yeah.
But
That's a straight up B-wing right there. It's nice.
Yeah, a little bit. And in this end is where I have decoys, and I have a little pea shooter on the front of here to shoot down missiles, and then I got the 2 Gatlins on here to shoot at starfighters.
Nice.
So that way, when I'm like dodging, rains of death, those can fire on their own. So that way I can still keep maintaining some type of directed fire on an enemy if I'm dodging.
Very nice.
But yeah, it's got 5 missile turrets. So I can drop a lot of missiles on one target very quickly. And it's jump capable.
Didn't even know we had small ship jump drives on here. Should really look at the mod list every now and then.
Yeah.
That's nice, man. I like that.
But yeah, like going up against like an actual like NPC capital ship, then it gets really dicey. This is like Spectre's fighter and this fighter, his fighter is really for I'm just going to get into fighter versus fighter combat.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is for basically capital ship support. So when 2 ships start mixing it up, I can deploy and start dropping rockets on stuff.
Hope for the best.
Yep.
Nice. Now we just need a carrier to get all these fighters somewhere.
Yeah, that's why they're jump capable, so we can jump in with the other ships.
It's true. Well, that's nice. I definitely need to build something besides this flaming heap right here. Although the flaming heap looks pretty cool as a flaming heap, I gotta say.
It does. When I found it and towed it back, I was like, I'm gonna park it right here in front of the window.
I don't know that I'm gonna fix this. Like, it looks good just sitting here burning like this. That should tell you something about my builds if they look best damaged. Well, the good thing the jump drive welder worked. That's good.
Yeah, the jump drive survived.
I got a welder over here attached to keep it from blowing up. I got lazy and didn't want to build it manually, so I just left the welder there on so that it would repair it in combat.
Well, that was good, because after they killed you, they decided to move on and didn't care about the rest what's left of your ship.
That's good to know. Should have just killed myself. Oh. Well, good deal. Well, thanks for the tour, man. I'm going to go start cracking on a ship that I can add to the fleet.
Yep, not a problem. Vicky down here, I got her equipped with welders or grinders right now. But feel free to use this. Just swap out the grinders for welders, and feel free to use this to load up and weld with, or Spectre ship for instance.
Are these the modded ones, or are these vanilla too?
No, those are just vanilla grinders. We only have a mod for the welders.
Okay, cool.
Oh, and there's one other thing I need to show you. I put this out here. This is one of the modded ones, and it's a large grid welder. So it'll go like 4 or 5 blocks deep when in terms of welding.
Cool.
So I threw this on the end because it's really handy for fixing battle damage. Because you just kind of slowly coast by it, and it'll fix all the warp armor and repair any systems using the resources from the base.
Nice. Now,
Yeah,
do these modded ones, do they just extend the forward range, or do they also do side to side?
side to side. Basically, this mod, its purpose is to basically have a welder that uses the old settings before Keen nerfed them.
Cool. So it'll go a couple blocks to the side and 4 or 5 deep.
Yeah, it'll easily do on its own a 3x3 area, and then at least go 3 blocks deep.
Cool. I might have to make myself a large ship, welding ship.
Yeah, a couple people on the server have, and yeah, you don't need a lot of these either. You, like 3 of them, and you can just go to town building something.
Cool. I might have to do that first. Well, cool. It's time for me to go design a ship. Thanks for the
Okay,
tour,
well,
man.
yeah, not a problem. You have fun.
Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour, which hopefully I did, because I'm recording this before I did the tour. But last time we were on the server and I created a ship in creative mode and I didn't show it. And I got a lot of flack on the channel for not showing how I designed it. So this time around I'm going to go ahead and design it in creative while recording bits and pieces of it so you can kind of see my mindset of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and all that fun stuff. Doing it in creative because it just would take forever to do in survival, and it's just a hell of a lot easier this way. So I'm going to design the ship here in creative and then throw it on a blueprint on the server and print it out. So what I want to do, the general idea, and anytime before I build a ship, I have an idea of what I want it to do. Do I want it to be a carrier? Do I want it to be a fighter or frigate? What do I want it to do? Because if you just start building, you're never ever going to get what you want out of it. So I want this to be like a battleship, but I have the 2,500 block limit count. So this is going to end up being more of a frigate or gunboat or whatever you want to call it. But I want it to have, because my faction is playing the part of pirates. So in the old days, like the 1800s and beyond before, you remember the pirate ships with like the cannons on the side and they boom, 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 everybody died and it was great, full broadside. That's what I'm going for in this ship. I want to be able to do a full broadside. So to make that happen, I'm going to build the ship around the cannons. And the cannons I want to use are these. The 900s are a lot more powerful, but they're freaking massive. Like, there's no way I'd be able to build a ship around these with only 2,500 blocks. They're insanely, stupidly large. So I can't use that. So I want to use the 300s instead. You can see the size difference of these ships. And for size comparison, like, why does it keep going small on me? What's going on? So yeah, there's a size comparison on that's 1 block. That's the 300s. That's the 900s. And that's 1 block for them. So, yeah. So there's no way I could build a ship around the 900s. So we're sticking with the 300s. And everything's got to be piped up, of course, because it's a survival world. So this is going to be the important block. So I can't just have one of these. So I'm going to build... Let the damn pirates on. Shit. Never a good idea to do in Creative World. What I did is I loaded a world with all the server mods. And yeah, what's wrong button? So that also meant all the pirates are on. So I'm going to throw this dude out here. See what it'll do against them. Yeah. Go deal with those pirates. Alright, now hopefully that won't shoot anything that I place down. Good. Okay, so I'm going to start building. What I'm going to do basically is put a central corridor, if you will, of conveyors. And I'll build my ship around that. I'm going to start with the body, the bulk of the ship, and then I'll throw on thrusters, bridge, and all that kind of stuff afterwards. So let me go ahead and throw down a bunch of these conveyors, and I'll get back to you whenever I've got a little bit of the ship put in here. Okay, so I've got the general main armament down for the ship. There's a crap ton of conveyor junctions in there, and there's a reason for that, and you'll find out later. But that is the general... This is the firepower I want in my ship. Everything is going to be built around this central core, and it's a ton of firepower. I shouldn't have a problem killing things with this. Shouldn't. Now, these NPCs are probably going to have something to say about that, but for now, I'm hoping that I won't have any problems with it, with killing things whenever it's done and completed. So the next step is putting all the things that the ship's going to need. Now, I'm going to make this ion-based, probably. I know that ion is hard to find on the server, but that's going to be the gameplay. I want to have it ion-based, and judging by the size of this, I might turn this into a bit of a carrier. I don't know. We'll see how it comes out when I get the shell. If I have a bit of empty space in here, then they might turn the interior of this into a hangar bay. I don't know. I don't really want to do that. It wasn't the design of this, but after putting this, sketching out the bones of it, if you will, there's a lot of extra space. And you know, I might just take out this conveyor in the middle here and kind of shrink this down. Because this is very big and it's going to be very boxy once it's all said and done. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to chop these off. And this is part of building and designing a ship. Is you're going to screw up and you're going to need to build new things. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to fix this mess and I'll be right back. Okay, that is a lot better. This ought to be a lot easier to make look less like a box. And I've pretty much immediately already eliminated the possibility of this being a fighter bay, landing pad, whatever you want to call it inside. So that's good. I'm still focused on the idea behind the ship of being a broadside battleship. And I can't decide if I want to move in one more block or not. Let's see how it'll look. Moved in one. Can I build a block in here? Yes, but only one. I can't really do much. Okay. Yeah, I think I like it where it was. Okay, that gives me 3 blocks to play with inside. I can make that work. Okay, so that's done. Now I'm going to try to hide all the important bits. I don't think I'm going to put I can't decide if I want to put a refinery or not in here. Because again, this is a battleship, not like a mothership, if you will. So I don't really need all the refining capabilities. But at the same time, if I'm out and about and run out of ammo, it'd be nice to be able to, go out and mine some and refine and build some ammo. But I don't think that's going to be necessary. So I'm not going to do that. I am going to put a couple jump drives in here, which is a bad idea in a battleship, but at the same time, because we have the exploding jump drives on the server. So this could be catastrophic if they get hit. So I have to make sure. to put a lot of defenses around it, which I can't really do right there. So I need to make this flat here. That'll be a lot easier to protect than next to the guns. And I already hate it. We'll find a better place for those than in the middle of all this junk, because this is where most of the shots should be coming at the ship. I can put some reactors in here. Try to protect these as best I can. And I'll mix a couple more strategically throughout here, so that I'm not crippled if I get hit in one spot only. It should be enough to power everything I need. That's the hope moving forward. And I'm going to need a couple of storage containers to hold everything. So, small velvet container. That should be more than enough. More than enough for what I need. Oh, what else do I want? I want some oxygen tanks on here, just so I don't have to worry about having bottles on me at all times. That's too much. I forget it goes on the bottom too. 2 is plenty for me. Anything else? Ooh, medbay. I'll put those up on the bridge whenever I build the bridge. Nope. Ooh, gyros. Oh yeah, I always forget those. Let's put those on right now before I forget. I don't need to go overkill with these. I either go one or the other way. I either forget them or just go completely bonkers and put 100 of them in there. But this is a heavy armored ship, so I'm going to put more than I would say I would usually put on there. Alright. I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me if it actually affects the performance of the ship or not, but I always like to have them facing in the same direction. It makes my mind work better. Alright, that should be more than enough gyroscopes, more than enough power, storage, and oxygen to get me through where I'm going. So, next step. I'm about to get attacked bad. Let me throw another one of these guys over here. Pegasus? I don't even know what the Pegasus is. I'm not going to enjoy this, I don't think. And hopefully those guys... This is going to suck. I just want to build a ship, guys. Go away. Alright, I've got the core of the ship in there. That's going to be everything it's going to need to get me where I need to go. Get the gyroscopes, power, oxygen, storage, boom booms. I can't think of anything else I need to put in there. The jump drives are going to have to go somewhere else. The med bay is going to go on the bridge and everything. Thrusters will go on the nacelles. Don't care about assemblers or refineries in this, I decided. I'm not going to use the welders. There's a welder limit on the server. I think it's going to do it for me. Alright, time to start putting some armor on this thing and coming up with a design that I like. So I'm going to start placing. There's going to be a lot of deleting too, so I'll cut back in whenever I have something that doesn't suck, I hope. Holy crap. That's a lot of firepower. Oh, Jesus. I think my defenses are good. Holy shart. Okay. Holy crap. Back to building. As you can see, I've just basically covered up all the important stuff. I didn't think of this when I was doing it, but I don't like having all these conveyors showing because I can't block anything off on those last two. So I may end up, ouch, just coming through here and piping something in between here. I think I'm definitely going to do that because it does like shit having those conveyors showing. So I'm going to do that next. And I might cut back in for more pretty fireworks whenever it starts happening. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm placing in a couple of small side thrusters. And again, this is just all, I'm just roughly throwing all this in. All the detailed work will come later. I'm just trying to get stuff in place so that I know what it looks like, where it's going to be, and what I need to build around it. And a lot of these blocks will probably be deleted later on. Part of me is just putting them here to see what kind of block count I'm looking at, as well as kind of getting a rough idea and throwing a little bit of protection up against the incoming wave of NPCs that I've got coming this way. I really don't want my ship to get blasted off the freaking map. So there's a little bit of side thrust that I can focus the nacelles on forward and back whenever I get there, and just kind of throw a little bit of side thrust in when I want. And I used to put just giant lines and bulks of thrusters in every direction. And something I've learned while building is, don't put any more than 3 together. Like even like if this wasn't a heavy armor ship, there'd be one of these in here instead of three, and I'd place a bunch of other ones randomly around. It just to me the thrusters are an eyesore in every build that I make at least. So something I try to do is limit how many I put together and kind of try to spread them throughout the whole build so that they're not big and ugly everywhere. So yeah, something to think about in your builds. Now I need to start thinking out the rest of the ship. I have no idea how I'm going to have the front of the nose coming down. I have no idea how I'm going to put the nacelles back here, where they're going to go, what they're going to do, and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm going to start sketching out some crap, see what I can come up with, and I'll check back in when I have a little bit more than this giant box sitting here. Okay, well I've kind of thrown together a very, very rough outline of what this is going to be. I'm kind of channeling my inner Centurion from the Odyssey here. I think that's kind of, it's not the look I'm going for, but it's the overall shape I'm going for. It's just a really muted down Centurion. Now I'm hoping this is going to be enough thrust. I'm going to throw a cockpit on here in a minute to check out and make sure that enough, just these four thrusters front and back, is going to be enough. I've thrown on, there's tons of up and down thrusts, and I snuck in a couple of more side thrusts in here on the inside so that they won't show on the outside. It'll make it a little prettier. And because I have it on both sides, it's for both directions. So another little thing I did on the Centurion that I like. Now that last group just sent that one ship to attack and then left, and now they're bringing in another group. I don't even want to know what's going on, but I got a feeling it's about to get heated. So let me throw this cockpit on real quick and see if this is enough thrust or not before I start framing it all in and everything. It ain't the quickest thing in the world, but it definitely ain't slow either. Now there is going to be a crap ton more armor thrown on this thing, so it could get. It's not bad at all though. Plenty of side to side. Up and down is more than I'll ever need. Cool. So that's not bad at all. I think I got plenty of thrust. And with the platinum being so scarce on the server, I don't think I'm going to double up on these large thrusters because, frankly, that's a crap ton of that's 1,000 thruster components for each one. I think 980 or something stupid. So that's a lot of platinum being used in the ship right there. So I'm going to leave that be and call it good. Okay, time to start throwing on some more armor plates and try to flesh out the design a little bit. Check back in a minute. And for whatever reason, my little half slab slopes aren't in my we're in the scroll menu on the regular blocks menu. That was weird. Looks like they were still in my G menu. That's got to be one of the mods messing with it. It's very weird. Very weird indeed. And why is there a hole right there? What is going on? Okay. Well, you can kind of see the shape I'm going for in the cell back here. I am the worst at making curves, circles, and all that kind of fun stuff in the game. So that's kind of my thing that I'm trying to learn how to do right now. So you'll see me incorporating it into a lot of designs that I'm building right now. And it's probably one of the reasons I haven't liked anything that I've produced in a while. And here's the reason I have so much trouble with it, is what the hell you do at the end of it here to make it not suck. That is where I continue to struggle with round things and engine parts in general. And kind of what I've done in the past is just make pointy, sticky things come out the back to make it look good. And frankly, I don't want to deal with that right now. So that's something I'll come back to later. Now, in this area right here is where I'm going to have my bridge area. It's going to be kind of right here. So hopefully I'll be sitting right here looking out over everything. And I still want to put some kind of barrier between these, maybe come out a little past those thrusters, maybe to right here, with a raised barrier to kind of offer some protection to these turrets. It'll limit their field of fire, yes, but it'll also offer some protection. And then I'm going to toss, I'm going to do that right now. There's a bunch of decoys out here on the front of this, so that the enemy spends all its time shooting at these and not at my ship proper. And of course I'm going to armor all these up, make it look somewhat better than that. I got a lot of work left to do. What I didn't do a minute ago was look at my block count. I wanted to. So let's see where I am now. I've got basically the bulk of the ship in. I am at 1,400. Okay, so I've got 1,000 blocks to go to flush this thing out. So I kind of have to be kind of choosy now, because there's a lot of blocks that I need to place. And one way I've been getting around the block cap is using the stair block instead of the half, these, what I have here. So instead of using 2 blocks for everything, I can get away with just 1. So I'm effectively doubling my block count. Oh, that sucks. Shit. I can't believe I just did that. Alright, let me fix this kerfuffle. I'll be right back. Alright, well that Captain Made kerfuffle has been fixed, but I think I may have created another one. I moved him in a block from each direction because I thought it was too spread out and looked kind of goofy back there. In doing so, I'm afraid that I might have got them too close to each other and they're going to do damage. So we got to test that out real quick, like see if I just need to undo everything I just spent way too much time fixing. So let's see. Nope. Oh yeah, they were fine. It's not touching. Good. I meant to do that. Is basically the gist of that story is everything happened exactly like I meant to. Everything's good, and all I gotta do now is build some more. So I'm gonna beef up these supports a little bit so that doesn't happen again, and build a little bridge area here. Just a rough cutout of it. I'm not gonna worry too much about detailing right now, because I have to come up with a way to make all these nacelles meet in with all this and go out to the front and one theme to go through the whole way. So that's going to be tough. I need to pipe up all the cryo and med bays and give me some pilot seats in here. That is going to be what I'm going to focus on. Then we'll move to the front of the ship. God bless it. Start fixing that problem up there. And then we'll hit the detailing. So, more building, less talking. Here I go. Okay, so I have built the bridgey thingamadoober. I don't love it, but it'll work. And looks like we're under attack again. So boom boom time. Did that dude just turn and run? He totally just turned and ran. That's pretty cool. Huh. Neat. Well, my little orange ships did a good job. Pretty pleased with them. Might have to put a couple more of those on the server too. Let me change other missile launchers for some of the modded guns. Might have to do that. But anyways, back to this thing. I have finished the bridge area. It's a bridge. Big and blocky and bridgy. I don't love how these things connect, but yeah, that's probably the best I'm going to get, just mainly due to the block count. I don't want to spend a whole lot of blocks on that. But at the same time, one good shot through there and I'm losing in the cell. So I'll probably come back to those after I have... fun on the server. Anyways, yeah, I'll come back to these nacelles and bracing them kind of after I'm done with the detailing, if I have the blocks allowed for it. The block limits are really getting difficult. At the very least, I might kind of connect these two to themselves somehow. So if I lose one of these, I'm not going to lose a nacelle. I'd have to lose both of these to lose a nacelle. So, off to the front. This is my next thing on the agenda to kind of make these pointy thingies look less like pointy thingies and more like part of a ship. So I gotta figure out how the hell to do that. So let me hop on that real quick. Okay, quick project update. I am at just under 2,000 blocks. That's good. That is good. Okay, quick. Get out of here. Show you what I've done so far. Making pretty good progress. Still haven't done anything with the nacelles because frankly I don't know what to do with the nacelles. And then, yeah, I've kind of finished off the thruster areas on the sides, and I've enclosed the front up here. Threw a camera in here because this was just a big flat area and I didn't like it. So I threw a camera in there. Still might do some more stuff around there, like change out these square blocks for some kind of slopey slope thingy maneuver. Don't know. We'll look at that in a minute. I still haven't got to the main, this area, the main corridor, the backbone of the ship. I haven't done anything with it yet. I've only got 500 blocks to mess with. Still got a lot I want to do, but I kind of like the overall look of it. And I should come in here and turn off the damn movement on these cannons. I hate idle movement. Like, that's my new pet peeve. Idle movement sucks. So let me go in here, turn off the idle movement. Go 800, idle movement off. Okay. And to get them back the way you want after you're done doing that, that'll be a good color. Just paint them all. Real quick and easy. Bam, everything's painted. Alright, switch it back to that normal color because this one's ugly. Painting everything by hitting Control and Shift, by the way, in case you're wondering. I didn't know that for the longest freaking time. So yeah, now all my turrets are nice and pointed outwards. Now something that I don't have on this is any kind of missile defense or small ship defense. So little bitty fast states come in here and just tear my ass apart. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put some in here. So like, you know, not right there. But come in here, there's one right there. How far off? Yeah, that's the first person to put one there. Don't think, oh shit. I always do that. I am fantastic about deleting the wrong part. Oh, damn it. So that's as far forward as I can go with one. Which does not make me happy at all. But, there, put another one there. Not there. Not there. Can't go any further forward. Any further back. Nope. Okay, so that is not enough missile defense at all. So I'm going to have to do something about that. I can't pipe anything up out here just because it's so far away from everything. I mean, I could run some conveyors out here, but there's nothing. There's no way I can put anything on the inside because it's all thrusters in there. So, I don't really know. We might just have to make do with that little bitty bit of missile defense. I can always come back and place a bunch of interior turrets in there. They don't have to be piped up. I think that's what we'll do. We'll definitely do that. That sounds like a great plan, Capt. Way to go. It's the way to think. And because I really like these Vulcans, they do just an insane amount. I don't know how much damage they do, but they seem like they do a lot. They're just shooting constantly. And I'll set those to missiles and meteors and characters so that I don't got to worry about folks coming up here and trying to mess with me. And the way I came and did these thrusters is kind of going to keep me from building out the defense, the mid screen from all these. They're not the end of the world. Yeah, definitely not the end of the world. I wanted to do something else with it, but that's not going to work. So I will compromise, and I just deleted my damn stair block. Go. Alright. I'm going to have to come up with some kind of decorative thingamadoober to do on the sides here. And I think what I'm going to do is just kind of alternate these. So every other one will be just the regular old slab. And then... Yeah. Doesn't look bad. Give it a nice ribbed look in the middle. And of course it wouldn't match up. It would be too easy, wouldn't it? I can't go any further forward, but I can go further back here. Not really. Screw it. We'll live without it. Alright, well there we go. That's pretty much the ship. I need to do something with the nacelles still, so I've got to do that. And that's going to take a lot of head scratching and deleting, so I'll do that off camera. But for the most part, I have myself a pretty good, damn nice ship, I think. And this hasn't really taken that long. And yeah, it still needs to be colored, but I don't think it needs a ton more detail. The back I still don't like. I'm going to have to do something with that. But the bulk of the ship, I think I'm pretty done with. A few areas like this that could... Where is that? I didn't get there. Oh. Yeah, I think we're getting there. I think I like it. I think I finally built a ship that I like enough to put on the server. Okay. Progress. Now, tackle these nacelles and try not to ruin the build in the process. I guess I'm going to try to carry this theme back to here. See how bad I screw that up. See what I can do. I was trying to put some of these side cannons on here, but as you can see, it's just solid thruster behind there. I have to lose a lot of my up and down thrust to make it happen, which I'm not willing to do. It's not worth it. So instead, I'm just going to make a little indentation in here. This big flat line is really bothering me on the nacelles the whole time. So I'll weaken the defenses a little bit by throwing in some half slabs there. But I think it kind of helps the overall nacelle look a little sleeker. It may even trim a little weight off. As you can see, I've thrown little caps on the end of the nacelles. I still haven't figured out how to continue on this curve to a point. Like that, I can't do it. I stare at the blocks all day, can't figure it out. What if... I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what if I make a couple of little... connect the nacelles here and put the turrets in there. Don't know how that would look. Let's see if it's worth it. See how dumb that looks. That looks pretty dumb. Even if I were to fill that out, I think it takes away from the build more than it adds to it. I got plenty of firepower up there, right? I don't need this. I'm going to build this out real quick, see if I like it. No. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. Nope, 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 and also nope. No way. But while y'all are here, I'm going to move my ship over, because now there's another group of NPCs coming from another direction. So let me kind of Move this big old... Holy crap, she's hard to move now. She's a big beast now. I think I'm going to need to plop a couple more gyros down in there. And make sure I don't run into those ships. Okay, now let's see if I can still move this thing with only the thrusters I have. Oh, turning it is a pain. Look at that rotation. Okay. Fast she is not. Oh yeah, definitely gonna need at least some more gyroscopes. I think I'm good with the thrusters, though. I still don't want to use that much platinum on the server. Although redoing the nacelles would give me the opportunity to throw in some more firepower on the side. You know, from this distance, that doesn't look that bad with those back there. But when you zoom in, it looks pretty terrible. It's unique, though. Hmm. I think I'm going to leave them. They're growing on me. Yep, we're going to leave them. We are going to leave them. Now, the only downside of this design is that I am going to have to manually load them because they're not piped up. But they got a cargo container here. The ammo is easy to make. It just takes magnesium up. So it should significantly increase the firepower to the sides. These things are pretty great when they fire. Yeah, it doesn't look all that bad. But this now looks really, really, really weak because that's beefed up. So I'm going to have to come up with another way to attach these nacelles because that's just not working for me anymore. It never really was working for me. Alright, I'm going to start fiddling with this, see what I can come up with. Check back in whenever it's done. Are we going to see the big guns go? Where's the lag of all these ships going to ruin it for us? There they go! Alright! We got a few shots off. Whoa! Oh, looks like one of my jump drives just went Nova. Wow, jump drive's bad. Oh shit, guys, I didn't put jump drives on this. Shit. Oh, I forgot jump drives. Wow, that took out like 2 ships around it. Dang. Dang, boy. Okay. So, I have come up with a much better plan to secure these with the added benefit of being able to pipe up at least the front one of these. Now, clearly I'm not done here. The guy's attacked in the middle of it. But the front side here is pretty much done. It's much bulkier, looks a lot better, and it kind of goes with the rest of the ship. I'm thrilled with it. Couldn't be happier. Just got to finish up all this. So, back to work for me. And then I'll figure out what the hell I'm going to put a jump drive on. Because, you know, stuff and things. Can't believe I forgot to say that again. I'm really, really, really good at forgetting, like, basic shit. It's kind of one of my better talents. Yeah. Special. Alright, now let's get rid of these old ones and... Oh yeah, I like that a lot more. A lot more. That looks good from pretty much every angle. Yeah, that's much better than those little support struts I had. Oh, I feel so much better about this whole thing now. Now, it is kind of flat on the top, so I might come up with something to fix that. Or... I could throw some more of these on. You know, I love it when a plan comes together. I really do. Like, yeah, it's blocked from shooting that way, but it can shoot up, it can shoot down because it's mirrored on the bottom there. I love it when a plan comes together. You know what? Let's just throw another one on there because it's such a good idea. Such a good idea. Okay. Yep. So much more happier about everything. Now the only thing that I have to manually load is these back two side cannons, and I'm not even mad about that. Not even. You know what? Might even just delete that back there. Just leave these front ones. I don't know. I think I like them. I think I like them back there still. We're gonna leave them. Jump drives. Gotta figure out a way to put jump drives on. Let me wrap my head around this one. They only jump us 100 kilometers in the game, in the server, but I wonder if I'm going to be able to fit one inside this thing, or if I pretty much filled all the space and I don't even remember. Where did my ship go? There it is. Jump in spectator, jump inside here, see if there's room inside of it. Or if I'm just going to be kind of doomed to I'm going to be jumped out by tug. Or better yet, I could toss them back here. That'll give me a reason to build up and around to back here to pipe it up. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, I'm going to do that real quick. Yeah, winning. No, that hurts my heart. I'm 105 blocks over the limit now. Oh, throwing those jump drives on killed me. They put me over. So I've got to find 100 blocks, 105 blocks to get rid of. On the flip side, it looks really good back there. I like it a lot. Oh, brother. I guess the obvious thing to do would be to get rid of these things in the front. There's probably 100 blocks in the front of the ship alone. The question is, what the hell do you do with the front of it if you take these things off? That sound you're hearing is the silence of me thinking. Because really, I need to throw some more gyroscopes on here too, but I can't. It's because of the block limit. I'm already there. Get rid of these little things here. Little detail pieces like that are going to have to get sacrificed, which is unfortunate. This isn't going to do anything for the block count, but it might make it look better. I don't know with those thrusters in there, it might not. Just doing what I did to the outside of them. Maybe get the block to cooperate. There we go. Just throwing in the little access piece. Doesn't look terrible with those thrusters in there. We'll leave it. A little more depth to the build. Let's see if there's any places I have those 2x1 slabs that I can replace with stairs. I think I pretty much used them all. Damn. Alright, let's cut off the front of this. See what that did for the old block count. I really have no way to access this thing outside of the bridge. So, oh, so just like that, I'm under the. Okay. We got 100 blocks to play with on the front here. I mean, really, that doesn't look half bad. It looks half bad, but it's not 3/4. Let me make stubbier little decoy platforms out here. Let's see what we got. Okay. Keep this to cooperate here. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't like it as much as I did the other one. But let's see what did the old block counter Rudy. Still got roughly 70 blocks to play with. Really, really dislike the way this looks. I'm going to try to pretty it up instead of replace it. Yeah, that helped. It definitely helped. I think that's about as good as we're going to be able to get it. Still serves the same basic purpose as it did. I'd rather have the jump drives than the extra extendy bits at the front. Alright, now it's time to paint this thing. Now, admittedly, this is usually where I screw things up. I have a hard time with paint. Really do. I have a real tough time with it. But I'm really starting to like this ship a lot. So let's hopefully I don't screw it up with paint. Let me kind of walk you through the process I do whenever I paint something. First thing I do is pick a color. Go with red. Oh, paint the whole thing. Oh, I'm done. Paint the whole thing that one color. Really don't like that color, so I'm going to pick a different color. Mess with that some. That's good. The value needs to be lower. Okay, let's try that. A little better. There we go. That's a good deep pirate red right there. Hopefully I'll be able to finish this in time. But if not, let me upgrade the blueprint I have for this real quick. I have too many blueprints. Where is it? Should just be large ship something or another. Oh yeah, right there at the top. Durr. And replace it. Alright, that way if I get blowed up here, I'll at least have a copy of it. Alright, now all these little indentions, back to painting, all these little indentions like this need to be a darker color. That'll really pop the contrast. I don't want it to be black, but I want it to be pretty close to black. That should do it. Oops. Quick fix. Alright, now you'll find any other place that's set in. That makes sense. So all these little things. This. This is the bad part about not painting as you go, if you will. You gotta delete a lot of blocks sometimes. to get things the way you want. Which to me, it's hella annoying. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to paint all these little recessed areas and I'll come back in just a second. Alright, I've got all the recessed spots painted and I'm being attacked by turrets again. So, let me get on the other side of my fleet here, just in case one of those jump drives goes off again. Put a little distance between me and the baddies. The fleet's taking a beating. A lot of the ships are on fire. Oh, come on, turn. Yeah, this thing is definitely not nimble. Definitely not. So it's definitely going to need some escorts to take care of the smaller stuff. So pretty. Like if you destroy one ship, they all turn and run. Like that. Or they're just trying to go around the fleet to get to me. I don't know. I don't really want to find out. Alright, I'm going to get back to painting. Yeah, actually that guy's coming right in, so let's see what happens here. God, those little guys can put out a lot of firepower. Whew, always pretty. Okay, back to painting. I guess I can do the inside right here. I always like to go a little bonkers on the inside. It's something that I'm new to, really. I've never been one for really bold colors. Like I usually don't like them. But I've seen a couple builds that I've stole off the workshop. They just have like funky colors like yellow and orange and everything running around on the inside of their ships. And it works. So it's something that I want to incorporate into mine. Thought you saw something flashing up there like it was damaged. I was like, no! So yeah, I mean, look, those yellows, never would have picked those before, but they kind of pop in here. I like it. I like it a lot. I'll probably come back and throw some colors into things later, but for now that's good for that. And it sucks because I'm painting like in the dark, but you can kind of see that the darker grays that are the innards, the set-in pieces, they're very subtle, which is good. I kind of like that. In the sun, they kind of pop a little bit more, which is good. Ooh, they kind of match the footprint of these. That's good. I like that. Totally intentionally, by the way. Now, something else I've always liked to do is the guns have to be painted a different color than the rest of the ship. I usually go black. Let's see how that works. Not terrible. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's not terrible. We'll leave it for now. And I think I'm going to go with white, actually. The atrociously bright white for the thrusters. Don't really know why. I just think it might pop really well against all this dark. It could be a nice little change. Stand out a little bit. Because you want a little bit of color on all your ships. But unless you're going just bonkers with the colors, like there's some colors that just, you know, looks like a clown painted it, but it works. It's not what I'm going for on this ship, but like this one, these color combinations are insane, but they work. I mean, I guess orange and black's pretty fair. fairly common. Yeah, but you can see even on this one, I've got little spurts of white through it that look really good. So I'm going to try to mimic that on here. And the thrusters are not enough. I need more white on it. So what I might do is these stairs. Might go with a more muted white for the stairs, though. Knock it down to that. Even these top ones, those look kind of weird. Let me back up and see if I like that or not. It's not bad. I like the ones on the side for sure. Those are staying. You know what? Let me go ahead and throw these that color too. Keep the theme going throughout. Nice, very nice. Now that the sun's starting to hit it, I kind of like it. I think I need to carry this color forward all the way. This isn't indented, but it looks silly stopping right there, mainly because that's not indented. So I'm just going to carry this stripe all the way around. Did I paint that one? It's still good. Okay, good. I think I like it when I paint these guns. Chair. And right chair. Alright, alright, alright. You know what? I'm gonna carry this white back to this gray. Yes. That looks much better. I think. Anyways. And the good thing about building your ship is you're the one building it. So if someone else doesn't like it, who gives a shit? It's your build, it's your thing. You gotta own it and work it. And if you don't like it, you can always come back and change it. There we go. This I like. I'm going to fiddle around with it a little bit more, get all my things set up right on the hot bar and all that fun stuff, but for the most part, the ship's done. Now, time to hop back on the server and bring it into the real world. Real world. Yeah, okay. You know what? This needs something here. We got the blocks to spare. This is as good a place as any to end this. We'll pick up again next episode on the server building this behemoth. Thanks for watching, guys. This thing ran really long. Wasn't expecting it to go this long, but between the tour and me actually designing my ship on camera, it took a long time. I hope you enjoyed me building in creative, kind of showing my thoughts as I built it. You saw how many times I screwed up, deleted stuff, added things randomly, forgot things, and made it look good. You know how I build. So I hope you liked it. If you liked this episode, do hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks, guys, and have a great Memorial Day weekend.